kind of looks like the real thing.
Kind of does. So today's the big day, guys. It is here, the LOSI 10 scale LMT monster truck. This thing is badass. This thing is race ready. This is the roller chassis. It's all black. They also have the son of a digger and the traditional grave digger also available, but this is the black roller chassis. So I really personally think the roller chassis is cool because then you can put whatever electronics you want into it, you know, your own powered plant decision, you know, your anything like that. So, but super, super cool. Let's get this thing unboxed. LOSI completely changed the game with this monster truck. I already opened it. I had to open it. I got it in the mail the other day. There's no way I could have waited till the day I filmed it to not see it. So I opened it. I cried a little bit. And then I put it back in the box. You know, I think that's pretty normal. Cry a little bit when you see a brand new RC car that you've never even seen or heard of. And then all of a sudden, here it is. Oh yeah. Ready? Are you ready? Whoa! Ah! There she is, folks. The brand new LOSI LMT 10 scale monster truck. She's a beaut. She is a beaut. You also get your body mounting posts, your owner's manual, things like that. It does come with a pinion, it looks like here. I think this is a 14 tooth pinion, so that's nice. It comes with the pinion. You don't have to worry about that, and it comes with the rest of the transfer case gears, transmission gears, whichever you want to call them. I think it's transfer case to me. So let's get into this thing a little bit. LOSI completely changed the game in the 10 scale monster truck world. I personally have an SMT10. I will get it out here in a second to give you like a scale reference. They did multi-piece axle housings. I mean, when I look at these and I look at a real monster truck, it's unbelievable how close they got this. I mean, from the sway bars to the shocks, the tires, they look so real. Definitely looking like a third generation Monster Jam BKT tire. I mean, it's so cool. Like when you put the tire in your hand, it just feels so scale. The width to height to, you know, the rim size, it just looks like an official Monster Jam tire. The twin aluminum chassis plates that go up that create the structure. Now the chassis plates are 3 pieces. There's a centerpiece and then these 2 pieces right here, which is nice. So if you bend one, you don't have to replace the entire chassis. You can just replace that section if you have to. Let's flip it over, take a look at this, because this is where LOSI is going to really set themselves apart from anybody else. So have a look at this, guys. Such beautiful work by LOSI on this. I mean, you have strong 4-link bars here. Upper and bottom 4-link bars are the same thickness. I mean, you just tell that is going to hold up. And also, they did these center differentials, front and rear. The drive shafts are centered, just like a real monster truck, and that to me is a big bonus, big plus. Also, I believe that will help with the torque twist. The studio is a bit dark, but I don't know if you can see in there, the motor goes right there into the far motor plate. So the chassis plate is actually the motor plate, which is super easy. One less part you have to worry about. And the motor goes... So you have the scale, realistic driver in there. What I really dig is the side restraints right here that we actually have on our true race seats in our 1-to-1 monster trucks. There's side restraints, so it's cool that LOSI added those in there. So, and it's also cool to see the scale guide in there to really help the scale effect. Aluminum shocks, guys, all metal shocks. And what's cool about it is the chassis has weight. I mean, this is a beefy truck. When I hold it, when I pick it up like this, it's got a little bit of weight to it. I don't even have the electronics in, but I think that's a good thing because to be scale, to have the weight scale as well, because a real monster truck is 12,000 pounds, guys. So it's got to have some weight to it to be scale, and having that extra weight with the aluminum chassis, it's going to get that real movement. You know how the trucks, when they hit the brakes and everything kind of rocks forward and they take off and everything rocks back. I think it's going to be a much more realistic effect on this truck. Looking down here into the rims, I mean, super realistic looking bead lock. This is more of the Monster Jam style bead lock, a little different from my bead lock style. And I'm probably gonna paint this right here, this outer ring, my color, the pink, for overkill. Just, guys, I can't even get over how realistic these tires look. Super. I mean, the cradle, just the stance. Look at the stance of this truck, guys. They have an integrated wheelie bar on the back here. Actually has bearings in here, and the bar actually spins, so when you're riding those tail dragging wheelies, that spins and creates less drag. I guess that's the purpose of that. So you got the realistic looking exhaust right there. LOSI definitely did their homework. I mean, this had to be years in the making for this truck. I mean, it's like nothing I've ever seen before. This is a race ready monster truck, guys. I mean, it's cool because if I ever go to a monster truck competition and they're having RC races, scale monster truck races, now I can participate in this because I have this truck, and that's what I really love about having this truck. Another beautiful, beautiful thing about this truck, you pull these pins here, 1 pin, 2 pin, 3 pins, 4 pins over here. Then watch this, watch this. Yes, just like that. The entire cage lifts up, and then look at that, boom, electronics, ESC, receiver box, battery, motor right in there. Everything is right there, easy to get to, and that right there is a huge plus in my book. And you don't gotta get your fat fingers in there and trying to, you know, get in there, get the wires. No, boom, flip the whole cage up, all your electronics right there, ready to go. And speaking of that, let's get into the electronics and what we're going to throw in this bad boy. So for the electronics, we're going to roll with the Spectrum 3150 kV brushless motor. That is going to absolutely rip. Also the Spectrum Smart Technology 130 amp brushless ESC. Also thrown in the Spectrum receiver, so great package. And on top of that, we're going to pair it to the DX5C. Link to these in the description below. All these electronics, everything, all the products in the description below. Go check them out, guys. You made it.
I finally made it, yeah.
So here it is.
This thing.
Told you I had a surprise, and this is the surprise.
This is the surprise. What is this?
This is the brand new LOSI LMT monster truck. This is a game changer.
Is this like an exact a replica, pretty much?
It's a scale truck. They were going for absolute scale on this.
But everything's so realistic.
Yeah. I mean, the axles. You've seen my monster truck in person, so to see that and see this, it's pretty similar.
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
Gonna get the electronics in, get this thing ripping, man. And the sun popped out. I told you the sun was gonna pop out at 2 o'clock, and here it is.
Yeah.
I'm running behind schedule today and trying to get these electronics in.
There's the sun right
There's
there.
my sunblock right there. The box became my sunblock.
I like what you've been doing with the place. I haven't been here in a while.
It's the V2 Vid Studio, man. Oh, look at that.
I like it.
Look at that. The Spectrum 130 amp ESC, guys.
Where's the body for it?
I'm going to rig the SMT10. Yeah, while I get this out, guys, this is the SMT10 compared to this. See, this is what they were going after, Dave, to compete with the Axial SMT10. So that's what we're dealing with here. So as you see, guys, quite a bit of size difference. They're both 10 scale trucks, but this thing is definitely the heavyweight of the 10 scale, though. I mean, I do love the SMT10. I'm not talking anything down on this truck, but like I said, the plastic chassis, everything's plastic on this truck. And compared to this, you have the dual aluminum chassis plates, and that's what just makes this thing a complete beast. Like I said, the multi-piece axle housings, the inline drivetrain. So let's compare this to the SMT10. Now you see those drive lines on the SMT10, they're offset. Now on the LMT right here, you see the inline, just like a traditional monster truck. Center differentials, and this actually has a center differential in the cradle right. Let's go ahead and get the electronics in. We are wasting daylight. Beautiful daylight.
Yeah, let's get this done. Do they always come in pieces that you have to put together?
This is the roller chassis. You can get the RTR, which is ready to go, right out of the box, ready to run. That's what RTR, ready to run.
Right.
So this is the roller chassis, but luckily I have my electronics here that I am going to put into it. This is going to make a great combo, and this is going to do the trick. And on 3S.
How fast this thing gonna go?
I think they're claiming 35 miles an hour with it, so we're gonna see. I don't have a GPS, but you know what? It's fast enough. It's a monster truck. It's not supposed to be a speed demon.
All right, steering's hooked up.
Got the steering servo in.
That took a delicate touch.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, she got a little torque to her. I think 3S is gonna be plenty for this girl. So let's go bash this thing, man. Let's see what it can take.
Run it.
Not completely bad. I don't want to destroy it, but we're gonna run her.
Whatever you say, Mikey.
This is it, Dave. Maiden voyage.
Okay, Mikey, I'm ready.
It's never gonna be this clean again.
Yeah, fresh and new. I'll try to keep the camera on it.
Woo! She got some pep. Guys, this thing feels amazing. super stable. Like the power to weight ratio seems perfect, spot on.
That's up, right?
Oh, the first rollover of the
First
truck.
rollover.
Guys, when you're driving this thing, it feels so heavy. I don't know, it's weird to describe. Like, the truck feels heavy on the ground. It feels super stable. I mean, the roll point on this thing, it takes a lot to really even get it up on two wheels. I mean, super stable around the corners. No worries about flipping over. I don't feel any of that when I'm driving it. It sucks up whatever it's landing. I mean, LOSI, great job. I'm not just saying that, guys. I mean, I'm actually genuinely impressed with this truck.
Recovery, nice recovery. Yeah, it's solid. When it hits the ground, you're right. It does stick.
I think myself. I definitely want to talk about the steering radius on this thing, guys. Watch me drive this thing in a circle. Watch this.
Show us that again, Mikey, how you can drive in circles.
It steers pretty tight, right?
It does.
Backflip off the trash can.
Good idea, Mikey, good idea.
Good idea.
Oh, first try. Do it again, do it again. Handles like the real thing.
Kind of does. I gotta do some, fine tuning. Like, I got some wires I gotta, tie up, make the wiring pretty. We were such in a hurry trying to get out here to beat the sunlight. So just a few minor details to really wrap this thing up, and 100% of a truck, guys. Really stable, very stable actually, going around turns. Guys, everything's gonna hook and flip over eventually, but you know what? For being a monster truck, I mean, the weight was really down low center of gravity in this thing, and that is ideal. Same thing as the big monster trucks. We get that ballast way down, get the engine way down. This motor's down, all the weight's down low, and that is key. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. A lot more to come on V2 Vids with this truck, the LOSI LMT. Go check it out, link in the description below.
Thanks for having me out for this, Mikey. I had a lot of fun.
No problem, man. Figured you'd appreciate it.
Even I am impressed. I don't know a lot about these RCs yet, but I'm impressed with this one. The way it looks, as like watching you drive it, watching it drive and land.
So scale.
Yeah, it's very realistic.
We love you guys. Share, like, subscribe.
Hit the dinghy for Dave.
Absolutely. We'll catch you in the next video. Peace.